The Truman Show came out in 1998. Jim Carrey plays a man who has no idea his whole life is a TV show. Critics called it science fiction. Here's the thing though, watching it now doesn't feel like fiction at all. It feels like a documentary. Every warning buried in the film's premise. Constant surveillance, curated environments, audiences hooked on someone else's existence. We didn't just predict all of it, we built it, and we're still building. Sea Haven is an island inside a dome. Every house, every neighbor, every job in Truman Burbank's life was placed there deliberately by a corporation. He was adopted at birth by that same corporation. His wife's an actress, his best friend too. His whole world is a stage set. And yet Truman has everything. A house, a routine, safety, people who smile at him. The film doesn't ask if this is wrong, it asks something quieter. Is it enough? Peter Weir directed this, same guy behind Dead Poets Society and Witness. He almost passed on the project. The original script was darker, set in a gritty New York, far more overtly dystopian. Weir stripped it back and relocated everything to a sunny suburb. Made it warm and pleasant, and just slightly too perfect. That one choice is what makes the film genuinely unsettling. Terror dressed as comfort is harder to shake than anything wearing claws. Every item in Sea Haven is a product. When Truman's wife lifts a can of cocoa and describes it mid-conversation like she's recording an infomercial, she literally is. The whole show was one extended commercial. Christoph's team embedded advertising into Truman's breakfast, his commute, his evenings. He spent his whole life selling things he thought were just part of his home. That's not so far from what we called an influencer's daily vlog. The difference is consent. Ed Harris plays Christoph, creator, producer, and god of Truman's World. He sits in a moon-shaped control room above the dome and watches everything. There's a line he delivers with a pause that rewrites the whole sentence. I am the creator of a television show. Without those last 4 words, he sounds like something much bigger than any network executive. Weir knew exactly what he was doing with that gap. It's designed to make you uncomfortable. 5,000 cameras inside the dome, hidden in buttons, in dashboards, in Truman's kitchen clock. In 1998, that number felt like satire. Today, the average person in a major city passes hundreds of cameras every day. Your phone logs your location constantly. Smart speakers stay active in living rooms worldwide. The film didn't predict mass surveillance. It just documented where we were already heading, a little faster than most people wanted to acknowledge. The film cuts to its viewers. People watching Truman from bathtubs, from bars, from couches. Having done this since he was born, they laugh when he stumbles. They cry when he's sad. They've spent decades caring about a man who doesn't know they exist. Then the film makes its real move. It holds that image up like a mirror. We're watching them watch him. 3 layers of audience. None of us come out looking particularly clean. In 2008, 10 years after the film released, psychiatrists Joel and Ian Gold documented a new variant of delusion. Patients believed their lives were being secretly filmed and broadcast. They placed themselves at the center of a hidden show they couldn't escape. The doctors named it the Truman Show delusion. It's real. It's diagnosable. Cases increased after social media took hold. The film imagined one fictional man trapped in a show. Real people started to believe it was them. Jim Carrey was at his absolute peak when this came out. The Mask. Ace Ventura. Liar, liar. He built his whole career on elastic physicality and maximum volume. The Truman Show asked him to do the opposite. Still, quiet. Genuinely human. He pulled it off completely, and it might be his best work. Carrey's talked in interviews about how Truman's search for what's real mirrored something in his own life at the time. The desperation wasn't invented. Sea Haven was filmed at Seaside, Florida, a real place designed in the early 1980s to look like a classic American neighborhood from some earlier, safer decade. White picket fences, curved streets, homes that all feel vaguely familiar without being specific to anywhere. The architecture was completely intentional. Seaside still exists, and people still live there year-round. If you visit today, every corner reads immediately as a film set. A real town made internationally famous for playing fake. There's a philosophy lecture buried inside this film. Plato's allegory of the cave. Prisoners chained underground, seeing only shadows on the wall, believing those shadows are the whole of reality. When one prisoner escapes and sees actual sunlight, it's painful, disorienting. He doesn't want it at first. Truman is that prisoner. And the moment he finds a door at the literal edge of his world, the allegory stops being abstract. It becomes a plot point. His wife, Meryl, was an actress named Hannah Gill. His best friend, Marlon, was an actor. His mother, his neighbors, his co-workers. Every person in Truman's life was hired, rehearsed, and paid. Some had been performing alongside him since childhood. Marlon had played his best friend for 30 years straight. And somewhere inside that, there's a question the film drops and never quite picks back up. After 3 decades of pretending, did any of them feel something real? Sea Haven has no crime, no poverty, no bad weather unless the script calls for it, traffic clears on cue, sunsets arrive on schedule. It's a world engineered to stay pleasant around the clock, but pleasantness, held up to the light long enough, starts to look wrong. There's a phrase for this, uncanny valley, but for places instead of faces. Sea Haven is just slightly too good to be real. That's exactly what makes it a prison. It starts small. A studio light falls from the sky and hits the pavement in front of Truman. A radio channel briefly broadcasts the crew's stage directions. His car radio narrates his exact position. These aren't dramatic reveals. They're fractures. Small inconsistencies that stack up slowly. And Truman doesn't immediately believe something's wrong. He explains each thing away. Which is also something humans do. We're very good at finding reasons to avoid the uncomfortable truth. Christoph controls the weather. He can summon fog, rain, and gale force wind on command. He can delay Truman's car, wake him up, or keep him sedated. His whole job is ensuring Truman never reaches the dome's edge. When Truman takes a boat toward the horizon, Christoph generates a full storm, 30-foot waves. He puts Truman's life at real risk to protect the broadcast. Not the man, the show. That's where the film draws the line. Near the end, Christoph speaks to Truman directly through a speaker embedded in the artificial sun. You can speak, I can hear you. Truman, standing in a boat that just hit the curved wall of his entire world, hears his creator for the first time. He doesn't scream, doesn't break down. He delivers his regular sign-off, calm and final, in case I don't see ya, straight into the sun, to Christoph, to the cameras, to everyone. Truman is terrified of water. That fear didn't come from nowhere. The show engineered it. His father drowned in front of him as a child. A scripted tragedy, staged to install a phobia that would prevent him from ever sailing away. So when Truman gets in a boat and points it at the horizon, he's not just escaping. He's walking directly into the thing built specifically to stop him. That's not plot. That's something else. He finds the door. He opens it. He walks out. Credits roll. The audience in the film cheers. But sit with it for a second. Truman steps into a world he knows absolutely nothing about. With no money, no real identity outside of being that guy from the show, and roughly 5 billion people who just watched every moment of his life. The ending feels hopeful. It's also the beginning of a completely different kind of impossible. We didn't build a dome. We built something smaller and more efficient. Feeds designed to keep us scrolling. Algorithms that learn what holds our attention and serve us more of it. People who perform their entire lives online for an audience, voluntarily, around the clock. Reality TV that's been running for over 25 years. Nobody forced any of it. We opted in. Truman never had that option. We did. That's somehow the harder thing to sit with. The Truman Show is about one man who escapes, but the real question is aimed squarely at everyone watching him. If you knew your comfort was constructed, your feed curated, your choices quietly shaped, your attention monetized every hour you spent online, would you actually want out? Or is the dome fine as long as the weather stays good and the neighbors keep smiling? The film doesn't give you the answer, it just leaves you with the question.